This video is brought to you by 86. Pick up video game apparel from Skullgirls and Monster Hunter World. 86.com slash question mark AFF equals 4 and let them know that we sent you. Hello, everybody. It is your weekly podcast talking about game news. I'm your host, Anthony Bionis, and as you might have noticed, for the past couple of weeks, we have been, well, life has been brutal to all of us. Again, schedules lined up, so at this point, I'll just say that for future videos, it's just gonna be me until told otherwise. So expect me putting up at least 3 videos a week regarding just the game news and my thoughts about them. And I kind of just, give you my thoughts and the breakdown of each one. We didn't have one Monday, just like a short kind of, hey, look at this thing we did on a pregame show. But, but in terms of, today we got a new story. Friday, that's because I know that BlizzCon just happened. I had my thoughts, or I just discussed them here on this podcast before, but and more stuff has happened at BlizzCon, not only with the controversy, but also the big announcements with some of the games that were also there. So I will be talking more in depth with that one, and expect that to be popping up by Friday. So with that in mind, today we're talking about Microsoft's new announcement in the past week, the Microsoft All Access. Or All Xbox Access, I should say. This was from ExtremeTech.com, written by Joe Horowski. Microsoft launches new Xbox All Access plan, offers next-gen upgrade. Microsoft is relaunching its Xbox All Access plan with a new added bonus tracked on: the option to upgrade to a Project Scarlet console when that platform debuts in 2020. That's a bit different than what the plan offered when it launched in 2018, but the new plans may prove enticing to gamers who want to experience the best of both generations. I often wondered how many people actually want to jump onto the console generation near its end. Objectively speaking, a console platform is at its relatively best right after the launch of the latest iteration. Prices of the old hardware and sometimes games tend to drop, while the game library itself is obviously very close to max size. While this approach does leave you playing games years after people finish them, it's quite cost efficient. The tweaked Xbox All Access program starts at $19.99 and 24 months. Players in the US can choose between bundles with the Xbox One S, original Xbox One, Xbox One X, or the all-digital Xbox One X. Australian players can choose between 2 different Forza Horizon bundles, one for the X, one for the S. The 24-month commitment includes 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Microsoft notes while Xbox All Access isn't eligible to be stacked with any other discounts or limited time promotions, the price you pay per month is dependent upon the console you choose and saves players over $100 compared to purchasing everything separately. There is a restriction in price, however. You will have to wait a bit. The deal is available in Australia on October 29th, launches in the UK on November 5th, and launches in the US on November 19th. The deal costs $19.99 for the Xbox One S All Digital, $22.99 for an Xbox One S, and $30.99 for the Xbox One X. The upgrade option, however, needs a bit of unpacking. And it goes into say about the deal, essentially is if you essentially saying, like, if you hop on this plan, if you hop on this Xbox All Access plan with the Xbox One X, you are eligible to upgrade to the Scarlet. At least I'm hoping that's correct. Hey, I'm just double checking my work here just to make sure that was the paraphrasing of that. You'd be expected to trade in console. You'd be using the Xbox One. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was correct. Yes. So yes, if you do purchase Xbox One X, through these monthly plan, you have the option to upgrade to an Xbox Scarlet. When it happens, free. Okay. So yes, you can. So this is an interesting move by Microsoft. This is something that it was kind of talked about before. Phil Spencer, in one of the interviews on Giant Bomb's E3 special, like E3 at night, like, you know, he had the idea of like, you know, hey, you know, I would like to, you know, don't like not have a continuous console launch of like a new console like PlayStation's having, like, you know, PS3, PS4, PS5, and just kind of a kind of a more kind of like a what's the word looking for? Kind of like a slightly upgraded console, but still the same console, but just slightly upgraded. And I thought that he meant like, you know, through software or through just like, you know, other things into the Xbox they will upgrade by itself. But I think this is what he was getting at. Like, this is in a weird way what he wants, but at the same time, like, it's not what I think of it. What exactly what's going on with the Xbox All Access essentially is you are making the Xbox brand, you're making the Xbox consoles much more of a cell phone type of deal. With cell phones, with smartphones, you have the iPhone 10, 11, 12, what have you, the different models. Same thing was happening with the Microsoft Xbox consoles right now. We have Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, and then, you know, on top of that, we have the Scarlet coming out pretty soon in the near future. So Microsoft is taking that approach, and the interesting thing is this is the first I've seen a console or a big company to say, hey, do you want to get this console now? Cool, here it is, but you gotta have a monthly payment on it. And it has varying prices. And given these prices aren't bad, actually, all things considered, like, they're actually affordable, depending on which Xbox you want, and if you have money, that is, in a job. So that's their big thing. So the interesting thing about all of this is it's like, I'm curious to see how successful it can be, because again, in last week's or 2 weeks ago when I did a news story about Microsoft, they were, again, the narrative for the past couple years is them making good on what happened during that E3 when Don Matrick made that presentation for the Xbox One, and the PR for the entire thing was a shit show, and it proved that they basically messed up their messaging, and because of that, they fell behind to the PS4 in this generation, and the PS4 outsold them out the gate, like at least 3 consoles to 1, and basically won this generation. They didn't have to do anything. They just said like, hey, our consoles are awesome. That's all they had to say. Microsoft already shot themselves in the foot 3-4 times in a row. So Phil Spencer when he came in, I feel like he definitely turned everything around that Microsoft messed up on, or Don Matrick, I should say. And the thing that's interesting to see is Microsoft isn't just sticking to what traditional game industry companies would do to hopefully make a comeback, in terms of, hey, get excited for next console. Here's the games coming out for it. Be excited. We hope you guys buy our console. They're taking it from the approach of, yes, we'll still have the hardware, but now we have the Xbox Game Pass. Now we have the cloud system we're looking into. Now we have you want the console now, but you can do it for monthly payments now, as another option. As my co-host Greg would say, they are giving options to everybody, and that's a good thing. They're not forcing anybody to, hey, you have only this console, take it or leave it. No, they're giving everybody options in terms of like what they can do and provide for everybody regarding the Xbox ecosystem. So in that aspect, like, Microsoft is putting a lot of their points, per se, in a lot of things. The question is, will they all succeed? So far, Game Pass has been a terrific thing for them. The program has been awesome. Bias, I am on the Game Pass as well. But what I've seen is it has done wonders for them. It's been very successful for their brand and able to sell the Game Pass. To say, hey, you want to play it on your PC? Sure. You want to play it on Xbox? That's fine as well. So seeing that and seeing how exactly this is going to turn out for them is going to be an interesting question. Like, again, going back to the original story of like kind of the different price ranges for the Xbox All Access is interesting, because it's, again, there are affordable ranges right now, and Microsoft is, again, just providing options for a lot of people to buy an Xbox, to get in that ecosystem, to get ready for the next console generation. It's going to be interesting to see, because like with everything that Microsoft has done, everything that Phil Spencer has been working towards, the launch of the new Xbox is coming out this year. It's going to be in November. I believe it's the same day as PS4 or PS5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Hang on. PS5 release date. PS5 coming out on December. Okay, so it's coming out in. Let's see. PS5 will release between October and December, according to Sony. Okay, so what does Xbox release date? Let's see. Not Xbox One. Xbox Scarlet. Let's see. I think that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so no official date, but it's saying the roughly October to December. So, okay, maybe not the same day, but they're in the same time period. They're in the same 1 to 2 months. Still, we haven't seen. It's funny. It's funny and cool. Like, we haven't seen a console versus console matchup like in the same time. In terms of like a month apart or a week or 2 apart. The last time this happened was actually literally this past generation, PS4 and Xbox One. I believe the PS4 launched a week after the Xbox One did. And it was just like everybody's breaking down like, the console, and everybody's like, what games are coming out for it, like what can it do? And again, to be honest, I said it before, like, we're at a point where consoles, specifically Xbox and PS4, are literally the same. Like, there is not much of a difference in terms of like what one Xbox can offer, what one console versus for the other. The difference is Microsoft is saying that yes, we have this console, but attached to all of this, you got a lot of other things you can also consider or look into. So we're not just a one pony show. We got a bunch of other things. Versus Sony is a one pony show. Well, to be fair, they do have like their online service as well, so that too. But they don't tout as much versus what Microsoft does on a daily for the Xbox Game Pass. But with that being said, to me it seems that Microsoft has much more stake in a lot of things, a lot more options for players to pick up and to be part of that ecosystem versus what Sony has. Sony, yes, it's the PS4, yes, they have PS Plus, PS Now, but in terms outside of that, I don't see much of anything else that they're providing. And again, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, do so. So to me, like, I feel like this has been Phil Spencer's entire career per se, of building up until this point, to where when this new console launches, like, it's going to prove dividends for them. Everything they worked up to, the Game Pass, the options they're giving people, but with the cloud coming in the future, with the new consoles coming out, and even then with these new consoles, especially with the ones where you can actually buy into at affordable prices, as I said, it's interesting. I'm very curious to see how this turns out. The one downside I will say though, and I don't like about the Xbox All Access, is it's very much like the cell phone plans. It's very much the same of you are locked into that contract. Once you get into that contract, not contract per se, but like into that deal, you buy that Xbox Ultimate deal with that new console, and you cannot You cannot. I mean, technically, you could get out of it and not pay for all of it, and it's like, hey, you're not gonna get this anymore. But yeah, like if you were locked in, essentially, you are locked in into that deal until it's paid off. And as I know, read it again, saying that. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So. I am totally unprepared for this, so skip ahead if you have to. Here we go. The 24-month commitment includes 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Microsoft notes, while Xbox All Access isn't eligible to be stacked with any other discounts or limited time promotions, the price you pay per month is dependent upon which console you choose and saves over $100 compared to purchasing everything separately. And just to clarify which ones we're looking for, Xbox One S, $19.99 a month for 24 months, no upfront cost, zero APR for 24 months. You get included Xbox One S all digital console, 24 months of Xbox Game Pass, 18 months console upgrade option, save over $100 to Xbox All Access. Slightly better, slightly Xbox One S. You get the console, you get pretty much everything. As I said, it's just a little more expensive, $22.99 a month for 24 months. And then there's the Xbox One X, the $30.99 a month for 24 months. But you get the option to upgrade to Scarlet, and you get true 4K gaming, as I say. So you were locked in. You were locked into that deal. If you wanted to get out and say, you know what, I'm not going to continue, then you probably could, honestly. Probably could, for whatever reason that may be. But in terms of if you are fully committed, you have to stay with that contract and pay it out if you want to get the Scarlet. That's the big thing. If it's for the other two consoles and you don't care for the Scarlet, then sure, it should be fine. But that is the one thing I don't like, per se, is that you are, and I feel like this is for like the true Xbox fans. Like this is for people who really are committed, who are hardcore about the brand and Microsoft and Xbox. Like they don't care about anything else. Like they are committed to it, and this is for them. It's like, hey, I'm here for the console. I'm here for the next Scarlet console. Here, have my $30 a month. And here's the thing I'm curious about is, if this proves to be very successful for Microsoft, what's that to say for other consoles? What's that to say for Sony specifically? I would never think they would do something like that, but it does give some pause. If you can give a console to somebody to only pay a monthly fee or a monthly payment to have that console, but still keep paying to pay it off, that is going to be interesting. Like that's something that I feel, if anything, might spawn from this, from Microsoft doing it. Because if there's one thing that I think game companies, and well, not game companies, but like just publishers and everybody is looking at is, how much money can we get out of customers? How much money can we get out of gamers? If this is something that people want to do and love, then I would not be surprised if the next PlayStation will do that, or the next PlayStation console per se. PS4 or PS5 Pro, you can get it now, but you have to pay. You have payments. Nintendo, never say never. I do not think that they will never do it, but never say never. We must remind ourselves. You must remind ourselves when it comes to these consoles, these games, and everything in the game industry. These companies are not your friend. They are here to take your money however they need to. The game devs, they're your friends. They want to make the most awesome game for you, and to be excited for it. They're the people we want to support and definitely help out. But it's just the higher ups, the people in the suits, the Activision, the Bobby Koticks of the world. They don't care what type of game it is. They don't care what type of console it is. all it comes down to is the bottom line. Can they make money off of it? Can they do what it takes? Can they be your friend per se, so that you can spend money on their products, so that you can get that money to them faster? Yeah, remember that. Just remember that. So with that being said, wait and see. Let's see how it goes. Personally, my opinion, I think this is going to be successful for Microsoft. I think this is going to be another thing added to their repertoire in terms of like what they're doing to make up for their loss in this generation. And I think that when it comes time, when the new consoles launch next year in the fall, I think between Sony and Microsoft is in a situation where it's their game to lose. They, I believe, have, in my opinion, in my eyes, have made up so much ground, have offered so many great services, have a lot of things in the works that it's looking like they are going to be on top for the next generation. And I think that Sony is going to question itself. We already seen departures already from Sony. I didn't bring this up, but there's been a lot of people leaving Sony right now that is making a lot of people question what's going to happen with the PS5, what's going to happen with this new generation of Sony. Will be bad, will be good. At the moment, it's looking like it's Microsoft's time to shine yet again. It's looking like the Xbox 360 era versus the PS3. And it's funny because it actually kind of looks like that with the recent comments of of the PS5 and saying like it's cheap for what it's for what it's in their what's in the console, saying pretty much like this is going to be expensive because we got a lot of expensive parts in it. So that's essentially what he said, paraphrasing. But that's going to be my thoughts on the Microsoft Xbox All Access news story. So again, thank you for watching. So there will be another one this Friday, which I'm damn well gonna make sure that tag goes up, and when it does, it's gonna be a big one. It might be longer than usual. So for those who are looking at this video and saying like 22 to 15 minutes is fine enough, but this one's gonna be a doozy because there's a lot I gotta cover. Normally would have Grave do it because it's Overwatch Minute. He's part of that spiel, but can't do it. So I gotta put it on myself. I gotta make sure I gotta tackle every news story coming from BlizzCon, controversies and game-wise. So expect that to be coming out this Friday. In the meantime, thank you for watching. You can watch these videos on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/MissionStarTube, and you can follow me on Twitter at DefectiveNaruto, as well as the work we do at MissionStart.tv. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these videos. With that, we will see you guys next time.